Welcome to this episode of Hustle and Pro. I'm your host, Kelly Walker. Today, our guest, Chris Johnson, was part of the team that just recently earned a state championship for Frisco ISD. So we're excited to talk to Chris and learn about this journey for state championship. So welcome to the studio, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. I know it's summer officially, so I appreciate your time of coming in here and giving us a little bit about your story. So you just finished your junior year at Liberty High School, right? So you are going to be a senior. So tell us, just kind of in general, like what sports do you play, or what sports have you played growing up versus now?
I mean, growing up, I wasn't really a big football guy or a track guy. I really played basketball. That was really my first love. But until I got into high school, I kind of let that go. So I just stick to football and track right now.
So, okay, so you do play football also.
Yeah.
I mean, we're here because, like, you kind of came onto my radar with this track, this big win you guys had. But so you also play football. What's your football position?
DB. I play corner and slot receiver.
All right. I asked this random question for all especially my young athletes, because I'm curious. What's on your playlist when you're working out?
Oh, man. I got a lot of variety. You got Lil Baby, Young Boy, 3BZ, Polo G, Moneybag Yo. It's a lot. Yeah.
So, all right. We talked about your big, huge year that you guys just had for the state title for track. So I'm curious, especially since you're a dual sport athlete at Liberty, what does your schedule look like?
My schedule is very busy. You got to balance the schoolwork and also family time with training hours, after hours, because you can't be just go to practice and expect to get better. You got to put in work outside of school and stuff, so it's very busy.
So in the fall, you're football focused, right? But football, especially here, is one of those things where they've got you're still playing all year. You don't really get an off season like some of the other school sports where you check out after that last game is done. You check out. With football, you're always kind of on, but then you got to immediately turn on track too, right? So are you doing like morning workouts and afternoon workouts with school and then your own stuff outside of that?
Yes, because right after we won state, the week after, we had to come back to spring football. Oh. So we didn't get no break off.
You didn't get any time to relax. So then what are the kinds of things that motivate you? So when you are at this high level that you guys just achieved with track, so what is it that motivates you to push yourself on that off time? Like you said, you can't just show up to practice and get better. You got to do your own things, right? How do you stay focused, or what are the things that make you keep going?
Stuff that make me keep going is just like seeing other guys and looking up to them like professional athletes, and seeing that they can't just do one thing and be satisfied with it. They got to do multiple stuff and put in work. So looking at the older guys and looking at them and see what they do to achieve their goals, that just motivate me and make me want to do what they do.
Yeah, and now you're the older guy.
Yeah.
Right? So now you're going to be the one that they're looking up to. Who are some of the athletes that you look up to, some of the names that we would know, like professional guys that you've grown up watching?
Jalen Ramsey, Deshaun Jackson, and Usain Bolt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good mix, football track mix. Usain Bolt, man. So is he like, I feel like he's old and retired, or is he still running and beating people?
Nah, I think he done.
Yeah.
'Cause I seen a commercial. It looked like he was putting on a little.
Okay, right? Like, I'm like, he's been so good for so long. Like, surely he's done. But sometimes you never know, especially if, like, you've fine-tuned, your body and, like, you can keep going longer. So I wasn't sure. But, yeah, he's one of those fun ones to watch. So we have this summer is Olympics. So are you a guy that watches, like, track and field in the Olympics, Summer Olympics?
I watch more college running than I do Olympics.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I like college people, because it's like they want it more than Olympics, I feel like, because they trying to get to the Olympics.
Right.
So I like watching college more than professionals.
Because they have they still have some ways to go in their journey, and they still have big goals they want to reach. So I'm kind of out of the Olympics, like track and field, like big names right now, like who we're watching for. Do you know any of those people coming?
I know one guy, Noah Lyles, he run for USA, Team USA, he pretty fast, yeah.
Is Team USA, like, good at track and field? Are we competitive?
They should be. I think the next Olympics they should be good, because they're getting more college athletes, so they should be better.
I don't know. I haven't kept up. I mean, I know I'm getting excited about Olympics because I watch all the gymnastics stuff, and I'm a Simone Biles fan, and I'm just like excited. I want to soak in all the gymnastics that I can. So one thing when I reached out to you, Chris, actually I reached out to your coach, Coach Gregory.
Yes.
Is that what y'all call him?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I said, I want to talk to somebody that just won on this track team. Who should I talk to? So he sent me you, and I read that when you guys won, he had so much adrenaline and excitement, and he was even brought to tears to see your group win. So tell me about him. Like, how long has he been coaching you, and what do you like about his style?
Well, this is my his first year coaching me. I came from Louisville Hebron.
Okay.
So this is my first year at Liberty, but when I tell you, he got a lot of energy. We come to practice, and before a track meet, he asks us, "Is we ready?" And normally we just like, "Yeah, we straight, we chilling." And then he'll like, "Come on, well, y'all don't look like y'all ready, this and that." With his deep voice and stuff, it's like he growling at y'all. But it's like he come with all the energy, and we just try to reflect it and like make him happy. And
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I'm guessing that you got a lot of early mornings with track. Do you do morning practices with him? No? Okay.
That's people who is in the period. So we go after school.
Okay.
And work with him.
I'm just picturing him like trying to wake you guys up with that energy and that voice. So will he be your coach again then next year? So
Yes, ma'am.
you'll be back with him. And you said you came from Hebron?
Yes.
So the track team, you'll have to help me on how this all works because I don't know tons about how, like, when you win a state title in track, it's not an individual win, right? It's points accumulated from the whole team from one meet or several meets. How does it work?
It's running events get the most relays get the most points and stuff.
Okay.
So like you can still win your own individual state medals, but like we wanted to win it as a whole team, and that's what we did. We won it as a whole team because we had the most points.
So the relays help get the most points. And so I read that you guys got second in the 4x200 relay, but then the big one was the 4x400. Is that right?
Yes, that's what mattered.
And so that's what matters.
Yeah.
That was you and Cameron Woolley, Bryson Wyatt, and Evan Stewart.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right? All right. And so do I have this right? Or you can tell us your time. I don't want to say it wrong.
I think the 4x2 we ran 125, and then the 4x4 we ran 315.
Yeah, 3:15. Yeah. And I read that was the 5th fastest time in the nation. Did you know that?
I didn't even know that myself.
Yeah, it was. That sounds incredibly fast. Yeah, because that's a mile in 3:15. Yeah, I know it's 4 of you splitting it, but still, that is fast. So then, how do you set goals for next year? Like, are you going to have that same group come back, or did some of them graduate or move out?
Bryson left us. He graduated, and we don't know. We're not sure about Evan yet because he might graduate early
Okay.
and go play college ball at the next level. So we'll see.
So you might be well, you will be replacing at least Bryson, you said.
Yeah.
So did you know that this was the first state title for Frisco ISD for boys track?
No, I did not know.
First time that it's been done in town. I know.
It's history.
So it's been done on the girls' side. And I thought this was interesting. Frisco High School won for girls, but they were 2A back in 81, 84. Now we're 5A. And then also Lone Star won. But it's been since 2013, and that was 3A, and that was girls. Yeah, so the girls have won a few times, but yep, you guys are the first ever boys track team to win a state title.
What's crazy is before I got to Liberty, I already knew Evan and Cam because we like went to the same middle school, but I had moved. So what's crazy is like I was like on a phone call with Evan and Cam, and we would talk, be like, "Bro, you gotta come back. And I'm like, I see. And then he was like, if you come back, we win in state next year. And then I was like, you sure about that? And I was like, I don't want to come. And then the hopes is up. And so I came, and then I guess it all happened.
Yeah. So yeah, they knew. They recruited you back over. So that was one thing I was curious about with track being a spring sport. I mean, whenever that phone call happened, I don't know if it was before or after everything happened last year, and you probably didn't get to have the right season you wanted your sophomore year. Is that right? Did you get to run last year?
Yeah, I got to run like 3, maybe 4 meets.
Okay.
And then they canceled everything.
So then were you able to keep training at a high enough level to keep yourself ready? Or did you take a little bit of break and then had to get back into it?
It was a little bit of break because it was a lockdown, but I was like, get like gallon water jugs and do like curls and stuff. I had a pull-up bar and stuff. I maybe couldn't do the running part, but like at least I could like keep my like upper and lower body strong, like doing the wall sits and this and that.
Because that was a big deal for young athletes. Was how do you go from having these facilities and coaches that you report to every day, and for you a couple times a day, where you are having different sports that you're working on? How do you go from that to being locked down and told to stay in your house, and you don't have any of the resources and the people pushing you? Did you find that was hard for you?
Extremely hard. I mean, at first when we all was like, oh, the kids are not going back to school. I'm sure the kids was like, oh yeah. Until it got deeper into the summer, we couldn't do nothing. We just like, man, this is boring.
Yeah.
So it was extremely hard because nothing was open. You had to find a way yourself. That's another motivation. When adversity, you got to fight through it and do what's best for you.
Yeah. I think that was a thing we all realized, like, we're on our own last year. It felt like, I mean, we were in our homes with our families, I guess, right? But, like, there was this different sense of being on your own and figuring out how you by yourself was going to, like, move forward. And if you were, because you had to choose if you want to keep working out and keep your mind in the game, or if you didn't. And a lot of people probably gave up and used that as an excuse to stop doing those things that they loved and they could get better at. So then what does that look like for you going forward? You're going into your senior year back at Liberty. What kind of goals do you have? You playing football again and track? And
Yes.
What are your goals for your senior year? What do you want to accomplish? You've had to set a high bar for track. But
Yeah. Overall, I just want to add on to that, repeat a state title, not just in track but also in football, because we have the team, we have the coaching staff, we have great players, and a great facility, weight room. So I think that us just being ready to come work in the fall will lead us to that in the right step into winning state, our overall goal.
for both teams?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a big goal.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
You got to set big goals.
Yeah. How was football this year?
It was good. We did better than last year. We lost the first round of playoffs. We made
Oh, okay.
playoffs.
Yeah. So you never know. You can come back the right team and the right timing. You guys can get in there and compete. So yeah, those are big goals. Do you even get a break though? I know we're in the first week of summer when we sit here and record this, and you just had this big high with track. Do you take a breath and like let your body relax, or are you back at it with strength and conditioning and working out already with football?
I'm going to say this is our only week break because next week we start up strength and conditioning.
Okay.
I still have 707. I play 707. I'm running summer track with Burn the Nation in them. So it's really not a break for me.
No break.
No.
Your body needs a break, I bet, though.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can have some relaxation time over the summer and get a little bit of break. So then what do you plan on doing after high school? Are you wanting to keep running or playing football or doing any of those sports?
Wherever God takes me. If it's not in His will for me to play college sports, then I'll find something else to do and make a living off that.
What are some of the things you are interested in? If it's not sports, what are some of the things you look to do, like for career work?
Business. I want to start a business and helping out people with like houses and stuff, like real estate.
Yeah. That sounds great. And this is a good area to do that. I mean,
area.
would you, well, I don't know. I just assume this area, but most kids probably want to get out of here. Do you want to get out of here, or do you like this area?
It's a nice area. You just got to have money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have money. But I plan on like moving when I'm much older. I want to move to Florida or Cali. And I know those are very expensive places, so I got to be set.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy how that works out with some of the best places to live and the best weather, and then those are the most expensive places to live. But there's a way to make it all work. Different pockets and different areas of those places, and they all need different people and business owners and business starters and ideas and products and services. So you can make it work wherever you want to be.
Yep.
Well, thank you for coming in here today and giving me your time here in summer. Congrats on the track title.
Thank
you getting a championship ring?
Of course, I was deciding if I should get a pinky ring or just my regular ring finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Don't know yet.
I don't know yet. I'm leaning to a pinky ring just because I've been talking about it this whole year.
What are state championship? Do you even get to pick anything about it, or do you just tell them the size?
Yeah, you get to customize it.
You do?
Yeah.
Wow. What are the options?
We don't know yet.
Don't know yet.
We don't
Yeah,
know yet.
it's too new, too fresh. You haven't gotten to see that yet. I think back in the day when I was doing that stuff, I never won a state title, by the way, but my husband did, and we've definitely seen that state ring come out a few times. I mean, he's like a 43-year-old man, and he still knows where it is and brings it out when we are questioning him or whatever. He still lives to tell the stories of his state championship. And he was like you. He won when he was a junior. Yeah, I think he was a junior. So, well, congrats. That's very exciting. Good job. Hard work pays off. So I wish you the best for your senior year at Liberty High School. And we'll check back in with you next year and see how everything went. And when you have your repeat state championship, you can come back in here and tell us about it.
We got to. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you, Chris. And thank you for listening to this episode of Hustle and Pro. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you next week.